Okay, on today's episode, we've got several articles we could talk about. We've got a guy with a 132-pound scrotum.
Okay,
was that elephantitis?
No.
What?
We've got two really horrible...
No,
I don't want to say, like, disturbing stories. They are, like, stories that just...
Go on. All right, nice.
I'm failing for finding a word to describe it. And something to get Thomas all riled up about, and we can all laugh about in the atheist region.
Woo!
And so, with that, let's talk about bears. I guess over in China, I love bears. I was actually this weekend looking up spirit animals to try to figure out what spirit animal I am.
Are you a bear?
And I refused to take a quiz, so I just kind of looked at them. And I looked at what the bear...
You arse badger.
Bear.
I looked at the bear, and it whatever it symbolized. I was like, well, that's not me, but I'm gonna claim it anyway. So.
I still can't believe, like, I saw the Discovery Channel, like, the bear whisper, whatever. He literally goes, like, shit like that.
Sounds like a whale call.
Okay, well, if you could whisper to this bear, if you wanted to whisper to this bear, you can't anymore.
He's not deaf.
Over in China, they evidently do this thing where they harvest bear bile, which is bile out of the gallbladders of the bears. And this bile that they get from the gallbladders evidently helps with, where is it here? It can help with, I don't know, different homeopathic remedies. Oh, it can treat high liver function, liver ailments, and sore eyes, etc. Anyway, so basically what they do, they keep the bears in cages and kind of like crush them. They don't crush them to death. They just like...
That's even worse. They're alive during all of this. Like, hey, we're going in your bladder now.
We're only gonna crush you half to death.
Yeah, we're only gonna break most of your
I'm
bones.
sorry, but the term crush and not killing just seems... Oh.
The story's not over.
Oh.
Evidently the bears bite the cages, and it goes into more detail. It's really bad. Anyway, so recently this process is getting a lot of media coverage, I guess, because a mother bear had a cub, and they were about to start the procedure on the cub, and the mother bear obviously had been experiencing this for her life and didn't want her child to go through it, and so, being a good mother, it, like, in a burst of rage and star power, bursts from its cage and saves its child. Like the guys run away, leave them alone there, you know. But since the mother knows they're going to come back and it's going to happen anyway, she kills her cub.
I'll say, I've heard of that happening.
That is so depressing.
I knew that.
Yeah.
That's like, wow.
Story's not over.
I've heard, like, in, like, puppy mills... Why are we getting so dark? But, like,
story's not over.
All right.
The mother then proceeded to run into a wall to kill herself.
This is starting to sound like I need to write, like, a novel that's parallel to these people's...
Story's not over.
This bear's experience.
No, the story's over.
I was gonna say,
so sad.
I feel like an evil person, because as soon as you said she proceeded to run into the wall until she killed herself, I started cracking like a snickering smile. Like, why am I snickering that? That's god awful.
It's like when your parents would discipline you as kids, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna kick your ass" or what have you, and you're like, at least for me, I couldn't help but laugh. Like, they would get like in my face and very serious. They were never abusive, nothing like that. But I just couldn't help myself. I'd laugh my ass off. And I think sometimes when we're confronted with these things, we just
laugh your ass off while they smack your ass off.
You have to laugh about it, because
I guess,
like,
and
oh
I think it's when I'm thinking of this in theory, like I picture an animal like committing suicide by like running into a wall of all the ways.
That's
like the only way.
The only animal that's funny when it commits
can.
suicide is lemmings, because they just run off a cliff. Same with sheep.
Idiots.
Well, it's like the game lemmings. That's fun. You make them walk off the cliff.
China's ridiculous.
China, just stop. Just don't.
God.
Still, how you're taking bile from the bears for liver function, stuff like that? How do you take that bile? Like,
Yeah, like
Orally? Because that's
do they
disgusting.
put it in
I'm-
like a capsule?
I'm sure it's like fish pills or like you know how fish oil pills are in pill form.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of pills and stuff has some disgusting stuff in it. Some animal stuff. But
Yeah. They
If
do.
it helps liver stuff, though, I could take it and I would be able to drink again. So that's
Oh
No.
yeah.
no, not worth it. Not
Yeah.
worth it. No.
Man, I could really go for a bottle of beer. Man, I'd kill a bear for a bottle of beer right now.
Give me your bile so I can have beer.
That's terrible. Gosh, what makes you think of that? So, Hailey and her quest for a man, we think we found him.
Oh, God.
His name is Wesley Warren Jr., better known as the man with the 132-pound scrotum. And I think this is a little bit of an older, from last year. Okay, anyway, I had it saved here for some reason. And he,
For some reason.
evidently he has two objectives right now. There's some symbolism there. He wants to make money and speak the truth.
The truth.
In May of 2008, in a household mishap, the Las Vegas man took a blow to his right testicle. He says, "I woke up the next day and my scrotum was the size of a honeydew melon," he told Lark Lamont Hill.
How big
on
is a
Huffington Post.
honeydew melon?
Probably similar to a cantaloupe, I'd say.
Oh shit!
They're bigger than that.
Oh my god!
Honeydew.
132
Cantaloupes are...
pounds.
Whoa! The next day, it continue to grow.
Okay.
Nothing's gonna be... Like, if you got something that's 102 pounds, that is some dense matter at this
Do you
size.
think
You're right.
does he have to go
That's
around
straight
in a
up
wheelchair
iron.
because of his
Well, let's see.
thing?
He, with every passing month, Warren's scrotum grew 3 pounds or more. And with no health insurance, he had little opportunity to seek help until he became internationally known for his freakish bulge.
This just reminds me of the South Park episode where to get medical marijuana, Stan's
Yeah.
gets Tesco, and then like just like the
They
bouncy
use
hoppings,
them, yeah.
the little space hoppers where they're bouncing around on their balls, playing like some
Ew.
quirky music. It's hilarious.
What? So
And-
do you think he has to wear like kilts? Because I'm sure
No.
he can't wear like
No.
pants.
To cradle his watermelon-sized sex organ, he wore a hooded sweatshirt as pants, using the hood as a makeshift
No.
scrotum sling. That scrotum is slinging.
Is there a
Oh,
picture of
Jesus.
his
Yeah, there
pants?
is.
I want to see.
Thomas, you see that?
Hang on.
No fucking way. No fucking way. That's not real. That
Haley's-
can't be real.
Haley's interested.
No, I'm not. Oh
You would
shit.
like his
No, I
proof.
wonder.
I don't need giant balls.
He said my
Okay.
scrotum was so large I couldn't get on a plane. Too big to use an airplane restroom.
So, did he ever find out what the fuck happened? Because that's not normal.
He got punched in the nut.
That's it? That's all that caused this?
Mm.
Like, because you mentioned elephantitis. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. But
It says that he saw a urologist named Dr. Joel Gelman, a urologist who specializes in scrotal lymphedema, a
you know
disorder,
what he
Bastard.
likes.
a disorder that causes the scrotum to become extremely large as lymph fluid and tissue accumulates. Surgery. All right. Yeah, surgery. Surgery requires 13 hours on the operating table. Warren tipped the scale at 552 pounds when he went on. And he's not a small guy to start with.
Okay, but still. That's...
My balls weigh as much as I do.
And praise
Balls weighs
Jesus,
as much as a human being.
Gelman found his penis was buried under a foot of tissue. It didn't have to be this way, Warren says. Well, Warren is...
Wait, his penis was under a foot.
So how long did
No,
he
I don't
this
have that
giant
information
ball
about
thing?
What?
Like, I wonder how long he had to deal with this, because obviously he wasn't having sex during this whole thing.
We don't know that.
You can't assume things about it. There are fetishes.
If he
There
did,
are, that's
he
true.
is. I would follow him to hell and back if he managed to pull that off.
He can get laid, but I can't.
His quiz, yeah. He took a quiz.
What?
He said that if my life is proof of one thing, it's that anything is possible.
It's a
Take
miracle.
courage. Take courage.
Christmas miracle.
Oh, he got married or what? Let's see here. Oh God.
I love his balls the way they are.
You can just imagine.
Don't change.
You can just imagine them sitting in an interview together, husband and wife.
Husband in one chair, wife in the other chair, balls in the middle chair.
Yeah. We're just
We
one
named
big
it
happy
Ralphie.
family.
Yeah.
It's Ralphie and Stewie.
That, or she's got to have some medical condition of some sort.
Yeah.
2 massive indents in her hips. I don't know.
Oh, to cradle the scrotum.
No.
You are my hood. You are my life.
You say you are my hood?
Like the hood.
The hoodie hood.
Yeah. You are my
Why
hoodie
go
hood.
the
You're
hoodie
the
hood?
hood to my scrotum.
That's all you, Thomas. All right, Thomas. So we've got some science questions for you.
Oh crap! Time to make myself look like a fool.
Weird
No.
science.
Correct me in the comments, please.
You're going to be pleasantly surprised at the ease of this.
Alright. Oh, look even stupider.
Demonstrate to us your okay, basically proving atheists wrong with science number 1.
Oh.
So here's, have you seen this?
No, but go on.
interesting.
All right, okay.
I mean, I want to point out I'm lazy. I'm not saying that all people this way are lazy, but I'm not atheist. I'm agnostic.
I don't think you're gonna have to worry about your laziness mattering a lick.
Go on.
So this graphic I saw appeared on LandoverBaptistChurch.com or .net.
It wasn't from Triple X Church.
And
It wasn't from Triple X
no
Church.
Triple X Church. This guy who posted this thing, I don't think he made the graphic, but he says a parent in his congregation did. And he says, friends, we all know how much the atheists love their, quote, science. But a parent in my congregation sent me this little graphic. One of a series. She's trying to track down the original source. Okay, so she didn't make it either. She's hoping to put together a creation science homeschool workbook! Exclamation point. So it says, it's got a big drop of water, and it says, and let me finish everything before you jump in. Okay, try your best. The amount of water on Earth is 1.386 times 10 to the 21st power liters. Let's assume that people will use only 2 liters of water per day. This is a lot less than people actually use. But for simplicity, we'll only take the optimal drinking quantity per day. There are 6 billion people on Earth, closer to 7 billion, but let's be generous to the atheists.
What?
This means that we drink 12 billion liters of water per day. 12 times 10 to the 9 power liters. The Bible says that the Earth has only existed for around 6,000 years. In that time, we would have only been able to use 0.0012% of the water on the whole world. Compare that to what the atheists say, that life has existed for around 3 billion years. This would mean that we would have drunk 9.5 times the amount of water on the planet. This is obviously impossible since our oceans are not empty. In fact, we have huge amounts of unused water. And I'm going to claim the first comment, but the ending of this says, now what, atheists? Science is slowly proving you wrong.
Checkmate, atheist.
What will you do once you have neither scripture nor science to back you up? Where can you turn? Okay.
Where is your science now?
The original place I found this was on Reddit, and the top comment said something like they obviously don't urinate, or they don't understand the concept of urination, or something like that.
Top comment on Imgur if you
Or maybe
actual
it
pictures.
might have been Imgur.
Well,
Okay.
Imgur always has better top comments. No offense, in my opinion.
I don't care. I do not care.
There's something called a cycle. There's like a cycle for many different things. Water has a cycle. When you drink water, it's not destroyed. When you pee, it's not a completely new substance. There's water in it. Thus, why Bear Grylls can drink his own pee, 'cause there is some water in there. Water is cycled. It's mixing with other stuff.
It's the conversation. Jeez.
I won't say, because what you're thinking is conservation. There's conservation of matter, conservation of energy. Water can be changed molecularly. It's hard because it's a very stable substance.
But you're right. I guess the cycle's better.
But it goes through. If I piss into a jar, or a pan, and I boil that and catch all the steam, that steam should hopefully, if I boil it not too crazy hot, should hopefully be mostly water again, and I could pull a Bear Grylls and I could probably drink it again.
And what's left in the pan, just out of curiosity? So,
I don't know,
minerals and
ammonia and like other waste from your body for the most part. I don't know. Anyways, water goes through a cycle. When you drink water, it's not destroyed.
Your
It
body
recycles.
Your body does not destroy water.
Same way as like salt water. You don't drink ocean water, but they have methods to like strain out the salt from it, make it drinkable. I mean, I don't think we have a lot of things that are like cheap methods for doing that to a lot of water.
Yeah.
Because there's still a lot of nations that are very short on water that do have access to salt water, but they don't have the means to do vast amounts of salt water to fresh water.
Yeah.
I feel like this might sound stupid, but what about like, you know, like evaporation and it goes in the clouds and then it obviously fucking rains.
Yes.
So it's like it never ends, right?
Hey,
Yeah, that's part of the water cycle. There's a whole water.
Yeah,
they
It
thought this
rains, it
through-
goes to
they
mountains,
thought
it
this
goes to
through really hard,
runoff,
though.
it goes to rivers, it goes to streams, it evaporates,
It's
it
like how
repeats.
it's like if even I know that and I don't know, I'm not no science.
And
no.
evaporation will,
Then-
take mostly water, but sometimes evaporation picks up more of the water. It picks up, like, I don't know if it picks up the pollutants or if it's the clouds themselves or when it goes down
Yeah.
picks up pollutants. But I mean, there's stuff like acid rain and stuff like
Yeah.
you're not going to go outside and start melting from acid rain, but it can kill plants. It can do a lot of, like, weathering on statues and stuff like that. It's not good to drink, but that's only in really polluted areas that have acid rain.
Yes.
But I cannot wait. If this is a running series, I cannot wait to see what else she has to say about this.
I googled that and
it was-
to no avail. Like a second one, I couldn't find anything yet.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's a shame.
So this is a woman who wrote this, or who is it?
It's
Doesn't matter, Hailey.
It's
No, I'm just curious.
some random pastor posted it because he was supplied by some church member.
A church member
Okay.
gave it to the pastor, who got it from somebody else.
I'm gonna
don't
say this
know.
much. I'm glad at least that I will say this, that the church is trying to like combat atheists and they're trying to do it through a scientific approach. It's incorrect, like that itself is incorrect, but I love that they're taking that kind of approach rather than saying, like
Yeah.
The Bible
Good-
rather
tells
than
me
say like
so.
I'm not saying most churches do this, but like every now and then, like, well, the Bible says this and you're using the Bible to prove it. But like
I
they're
get it.
literally trying to go
They're trying.
they're trying to reach the atheist through atheist means, which I'm impressed that they're doing that much at least. I mean, they still kind of
Yeah.
took it. It came across to me kind of a snobby route about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Definitely.
But the thing is,
I
they're
know.
going
Yeah.
to like the other means, which is a good step on their part.
Yeah, it's like, okay, even though most of it is like, we see you're trying, okay, good job. And then the end is like a total dick move. It's like
Yeah.
you can accept their failure, their failure to use logic, whatever. And then the end it's a total like,
Yeah, I don't.
like some
I'm not into that.
higher ground. Like anyway, moving on. This is a great uplifting story. Back in September, there were some people visiting a Greek cemetery, and they heard banging and calling for help coming from a grave of a woman who had recently been buried.
What?
It was not a ghost.
What?
Police arrived and people started digging her up. They dug her up, tried to save her, but by the time they got to her, she had suffocated.
Oh my god. So she was buried alive? Obviously.
She was.
I've heard
What?
She was
stories about that,
presumed
like
dead.
where you can see like some scratches on the top of the coffins
Grave
before.
matter. Uh-huh.
And
Man.
one of my favorite things I read on Reddit, like No Sleep or something like that's not one of my favorites, but it's like there's a gravekeeper going around the graveyard once, and he heard the same thing, but like he calls down and he can kind of hear muffled. He's like, "Is this the same, like Sarah Johnson that's been buried here?" And she's like, "Yes, it is." So he walks away. He said, "Well, you've been buried there for 6 months. Whatever's down there isn't alive anymore." I mean, obviously it's a made-up story, as is pretty much everything on No Sleep on Reddit. But hey,
Yeah.
just a little entertaining snippet to read.
So was she like someone buried her alive to? Oh wait, you said they presumed her dead.
They thought she died of cancer.
Okay. Oh my
Now,
goodness.
what country was this in?
Cancer of the earth. This was in Greece.
Oh, right, in Greece.
Okay.
Yes.
Dang.
Damn.
So because I mean, Greece is by. I don't want to be controversial here, but Greece is by no means a third world country where they.
Is it not? I have no idea.
I don't think it is.
I feel
no.
Greece is very medium ground.
Yeah, I would
It's
say
very
so.
middle world country.
Very middle. I mean, it's not like a world power by any means like that. But I mean, they get by just fine, I would feel.
Yeah.
And I feel like their advanced stuff. I wonder if, like, she went into, like, some sort of stasis to where, like, her pulse was incredibly low that they didn't realize or something. Because I can't imagine them saying, oh, they're dead without, doing a couple tests at the very least. So I wonder if she went into, like, some sort of, like, comatose stasis where her, like, heart goes incredibly slow and stuff.
She
like
could have
that.
been a bitch prankster who was playing dead.
Hell no.
Yeah, I'll show them.
There's actually a guy.
I will play dead until my family believes my water theory. Damn it.
No, there was
Damn atheist family.
There was a guy at my school who kind of went through a similar experience. He got in a really bad car wreck, and they pronounced him dead at the scene. And they put him in a body bag and everything, and in like the drawers and stuff. And then the nurse, for some reason, like, I guess she had this feeling that she should check again. So she opened it and like checked.
Surprise.
And she's like, "Oh my god, he's alive!" And so, and
Zombie.
I guess
Beat him
he
down.
ended up being in a
Zombie.
coma for like a
Zombie.
month or more or something.
He was in a coma for a
Yeah,
month?
he was in a coma from it, and then he woke up.
Lord.
It was crazy. So
Well-
that shit happens. I don't know how it happens or how that even works, but it happens, and it's really creepy.
I guess I was thinking, like, it surprised me, like, they don't do more tests, but I'm like, people die so much, it's like, you're not gonna do a brain scan on everyone to see if they're
People die
dead.
so
Yeah.
Dude, there's
it.
7 billion people in the world, they're dropping dropping like flies. Unfortunately. It's unfortunate, but it happens.
Tis
It
life.
is unfortunate indeed. Sorry to go with the cancer stories, but God, you thought the bear was sad. I'm sorry.
The bear,
The
the
bears.
cancer,
How do you feel about bears dying compared to humans dying?
it's always more sad when the pet dies in
What
the
if-
movie.
Okay.
Honestly,
When, like, in the movie,
We're-
it's like the
we're-
random person dies, whatever. The dog dies, it's like, no, you
It's 'cause
bastards!
they're so innocent, and it's like,
It's true. Now,
Even if the
but,
dog-
but tell me how you feel about this. A 29-year-old woman was diagnosed with a terminal form of brain cancer not long after she got married.
Oh,
Oh,
no, I
that's
think I might know
sad.
this.
She began experiencing her first headaches shortly after she got married. And in January, while on vacation with her husband, she was diagnosed with a brain tumor, given up to 10 years to live. Eventually, that was changed to about 14 months. Eventually, it was changed to about 6 months.
dang.
And basically, she decided to end her own life.
What? Why are we talking about this? Wait, what does this
It's
have
a-
to do with pets?
Bringing up the
I thought you were gonna
I'm
like
just-
bring up like her pet died
'Cause
like
she
before
took her pet out
or
with
they
her.
died at like the same time or some
I'm
shit.
just gauging how we feel about pets dying compared to how humans are dying.
It depends on. I mean, it depends on the human. Obviously, if it's some crazy
That's
fucker
racist.
who needs to just not be on this earth anymore,
Oh,
I'd be like,
wow.
okay, you died, cool. But like with like animals, it's like I can never blame them because it's just like them.
Think about
like-
that next time you smash a mosquito.
Well,
I
I don't know. I'm just such an animal person. But
I guess next time we
The
make
big
hamburger,
deal with
I'll
this-
think to count for a
all life
sacrifice.
is important to me. But if
Just
Well,
not
that's what we
the-
say,
just
because
not-
like,
just
now
not
you're
the
talking about like
jackass.
plants, mold, fungus, that's all life.
no, I
All
mean,
animals are important to you.
Same old
all-
again.
yeah. Okay,
Okay.
that
The
makes sense.
animal
all
kingdom.
animals.
Anyway,
I know, and
the,
all
big,
honesty-
the big deal with this is that it's becoming an issue now whether people can voluntarily end their life for things like this.
I was gonna bring that up.
So I wasn't truly trying to read it for
okay.
a hilarious story, because it's not hilarious because she is dead now.
What is the country that
I
it's
think-
like in
I think she is.
it's in Europe. I want to say
she
it's
starts
like
scratching on her.
it's like
Coffin.
Sweden or Switzerland or some place like that in Europe like made it legal for like doctor assisted suicide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think here it is. Yeah, she moved from San Francisco to Oregon for that.
Oh, so it's legal in
It's called
Oregon.
the Death with Dignity Act.
Oh wow.
DBA.
I feel like it's your choice.
I would say, in my opinion, I say, yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
She's chosen November 1. I see here.
Oh, so she's still alive.
I'm mistaken.
And she's scheduling her death. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like to end your life.
I know you'd go run a mile and be like, I'm over it.
Done.
Make
Boom.
that 20 and maybe. And no. I would, I think, you should have the right to choose to end your life, but it shouldn't be just straightforward that easy. It shouldn't, because you don't want to do it on a whim.
Yeah.
Like, if you're having a really bad month or something really horrible happens, it's like, no. If you wait, like some people will just get in a horrible place in their lives, but check up with them, even up to a couple years later, they've turned around. I feel like for that kind of thing, I don't know. If I were to speak off my head without putting much thought into it, I'd be like terminal patients after they pass a couple tests to make sure that they're still mentally stable. They're not panicking making this, but they're like, all right, I'm aware of this. I don't want to go down that path, kind of thing, in my opinion. But once again, I've never been put in that situation. And I feel bad trying to decide or trying to say this is what people should be able to and shouldn't be able to do when I've never been in the situation myself. It's hard to describe.
Well, it kind of reminds me of what they do for people who want sex changes. Like, they have to go through all these therapy sessions, all these doctor's appointments.
Oh, to make sure they're mentally stable.
Yeah, to make sure you really want to do this because this is permanent, So, I mean,
Is it possible to get a sex change again after a sex change?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Is it? I have no idea. I'm sure if it was, it'd be super expensive.
I think it'd be like a balloon. It's it's out and you just
JK.
push it out.
I love that. JK.
Psych.
Psych.
April Fools.
I'm gonna be a doctor.
You go home with a guy and you're like, psych.
I can be a doctor.
Whip it out.
Just so one day I'll have nurse around me sex change surgery. Psych. Then I'll lose my medical license, go to prison just for that joke.
Oh God.
Meet some transvestites. They'll treat you right. Man,
is that Pinterest?
This is Huffington Post.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, Josh, I didn't know you had a Pinterest.
I do actually have a Pinterest.
Do you really?
I wanted to do some crafty, artsy things.
There's actually some really cool stuff on there. I know a lot of guys who have Pinterest.
I don't have one myself, but I mean, no shame if you do.
Honestly,
it's got some cool crap on it.
I only go there for wedding stuff and clothes and tattoo ideas, and I think that's it. That's mostly what I do.
What's your guys' opinion on Ebola?
Ebola. My opinion is that it's pronounced Ebola, first of all.
Shut up.
Well,
I was talking about plural, Ebola.
Well, they just announced today
one
that
person with Ebola, then 3 of them with Ebola.
That was lost.
A nurse that worked on that Dallas patient she has Ebola.
Really?
So she's the second person in the U.S. to have it now.
Only second?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I think
Everyone's
somebody's
freaking
died
out,
already, though.
and I'm like, listen, are you in West Africa? You're not. Have you had sex with someone with Ebola? No. Okay, you should be fine. Yeah. Don't freak out.
I think it's good to take proper precautions.
Definitely.
But don't freak out because I've read that now saying Ebola on the plane is the equivalent to saying bomb.
It really
Ebola
is.
Bomb.
Everyone's freaking out.
Get on the plane.
They had to test.
I just dropped an
everyone
Ebola bomb in the
that.
lavatory.
I mean, I'm saying because we're here in Nebraska and I think they're treating people in Nebraska and I have no concerns about it.
I don't know. Everybody's freaking out. I think they're idiots.
I know. It's I've had
doctors and medical professionals.
Wait, and you're talking about
way more than I do, and they're smart enough to do what they need to do.
It's not just sexually transmitted.
No. There's definitely other ways you can do
okay.
it.
Otherwise, that nurse getting it will have a whole backstory if it was sexually
they
transmitted.
said it was something
conspiracy.
in the procedure, she didn't follow it correctly, or some mistake happened and she made
Did not lick the patients.
I know, blood contact and just fluid contact gets you Ebola. But
well, yeah.
And then there's other ways, but I don't remember. I read about it this morning, but
Kim Jong.
Oh,
Isn't
God.
Kim Jong?
Kim Jong-un is missing.
I was gonna say
what? No.
Uh,
This is a joke, right?
No, I heard this somewhere.
the
What?
the rumored excuse for his disappearance is a bad angle.
What?
Is this a joke?
I think it's a joke.
Oh,
No.
it's satire. It's satire. Damn it! I got satire.
I love how we were just
I'm done with
talking
this.
about
I'm done.
this.
That
I was like, that cannot be real.
That was in last week's episode.
Hey, did that movie with James Franco and Seth Rogen come out yet about killing Kim? How do you say his
Kim
name?
Oh,
Jong-un.
that's,
Jong-un
yeah,
or
it's gonna look
whatever.
suspicious, I guess.
I don't know. Hey,
Because I've seen
Surprise, it's a
previews
I'm
I'm
for
just
it.
saying. I'm just saying. Props to his dad, because in Team America, King Jong Il with Ronry. I'm so wrong. They did this whole spiel making fun of
I
him in
know.
that like puppet. I don't think we got attacked for that. So
Yeah, but this is an entire
Kim Jong-un,
film
I know, he's a little...
dedicated to killing him. I mean, not actually, but you know.
He's not one of the people you think, oh, you're dead, that's cool.
No, I think I'd be
What the
okay
hell?
with that. I know.
all animal life is important, Haley.
I don't know.
Oh, so now he's an animal.
That's debatable.
We are in the
I
animal kingdom.
know. This
Hey.
is how people miss
You and
me.
me ain't nothing but mammals.
Oh
We're
god.
brothers, only closer. Well, I think that's all we've got for today. That about does it. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Well, until next time, Haley ended with something weird and funny and awkward.
Tell us about your knees.
They look like faces.